The Case of the Wobbly Wonder. Thomas was a happy boy with a big, bright smile. He loved to grin when he built tall block towers and chuckle when his dog Barnaby chased his tail. One sunny morning, while munching on his crunchy cereal, Thomas felt something strange. Wiggle. He stopped chewing. He poked his tongue at one of his bottom front teeth. Wiggle. Wobble. Huh, Thomas whispered. His tooth had never done that before. All day at preschool, Thomas thought about his wobbly tooth. When he sang the ABCs, he wondered if his tooth would wiggle right out. When he ate his apple slices at snack time, he chewed very, very carefully on the other side of his mouth. What if the wobbly tooth got stuck in the apple? What if it disappeared forever? The thought made his tummy feel a bit funny, like butterflies were having a party in there. That night, when Mommy tucked him in, Thomas said, "Mommy, my tooth is wobbly. It's a wobbly wonder." Mommy smiled. "Oh, that's exciting, Thomas. It means a new, big kid tooth is getting ready to grow." "But what if it falls out when I'm sleeping?" Thomas asked, his eyes wide. "What if it gets lost in my bed?" "Don't worry," Mommy said, stroking his hair. "If it falls out, we'll find it, and then something very special might happen." Thomas tried to sleep, but he kept thinking about the wobbly wonder. He gently wiggled it with his tongue. It wiggled more than before. It felt like a tiny button loose on a shirt. What if it wasn't a new tooth coming? What if a little tooth monster was trying to sneak out? Thomas pulled his blanket up to his chin. The room was dark. Every shadow looked a bit like a tooth monster. The next day, the wobbly wonder was even wobblier. At lunchtime, Thomas was eating a soft piece of banana bread. He took a bite, and then, pop! Not a loud pop, just a tiny, soft pop. Thomas froze. He carefully moved his tongue around his mouth. The wobbly tooth wasn't there. His heart went thump, thump, thump like a little drum. Had the tooth monster got it? Had it vanished? He slowly opened his mouth and looked at his piece of banana bread. And there it was, stuck right in the soft bread like a tiny white pearl. "I found it!" he shouted, a little too loudly. His teacher, Miss Lily, came over. "Found what, Thomas?" Thomas carefully picked the little tooth out of the bread. "My wobbly wonder! It came out!" Miss Lily smiled. "That's wonderful, Thomas. Now you can take it home for the tooth fairy." The tooth fairy! Thomas had forgotten about that. He wasn't scared anymore. He was excited. He carefully wrapped his little tooth in a napkin. That night, Thomas placed the wobbly wonder under his pillow. He wasn't worried about tooth monsters anymore. He was thinking about the tooth fairy. He wiggled his tongue in the new gap in his smile. It felt a bit strange, but also exciting. The next morning, Thomas woke up with a jump. He reached under his pillow. The little tooth was gone, and in its place was a shiny, round coin. "Wow!" Thomas whispered. He ran to the mirror and grinned, a funny, gappy grin. He looked like a brave adventurer who had solved the mystery of the wobbly wonder. And soon, a new tooth would begin its own adventure, growing big and strong in its place. Thomas knew one thing for sure. Having a wobbly tooth wasn't scary at all. It was actually quite an exciting adventure.